Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome on in. Hi, my name is Magic Bum Bun. I'm so happy to have you here with me today for this pick a card for that new moon in Virgo that is happening August 27th. Also that night, like I normally do for every new moon and full moon, I do host a group ritual that includes a tarot reading that is for the collective, for those who join in for the group ritual. It also involves candle magic, which with that new moon in Virgo energy, we're bringing in also the energy of the major arcana of the Hermit, which is associated with Virgo, and we're going to have our main focus in grounding since we're dealing with earth magic and abundance, overall abundance. We have some more manifestation. Everything will be listed in the details in the description box below. Overall, we're going to be growing prosperity, patience, inspiration, better business, a career, income, all of that good stuff, and being able to let go of inflexibility, creative blockages, poor planning. We're bringing in that good planning energy from that Virgo energy. So if you are interested, if any of that sounded like maybe you want more information, please go check out the link to my Ko-fi in the description box, or you could just go to my Ko-fi shop. You can also use that shop link to book a private reading with me if you would like to. I appreciate the support. Okay, so as you can see here, we have our 3 cards selected for this pick a card. Before you just pick a card, you can, if you want to just go off of this, pick your card, and you can go down the description box below and fast forward to your reading. There's a timestamp, you click that and it'll fast forward to you. However, since we are dealing with the energy of the Hermit, this deck in particular has 3 Hermit cards within it. So each one of these is a different Hermit card. So if you would like to see the Hermit and maybe pick the Hermit card that you connect with the most, we can do that instead. Okay, but I'll give you a moment before I flip this over in case you want to pause the video. You don't want to see the Hermit, you just want to go off of intuition. You want to pick left, middle, or right, or 1, 2, or 3. Feel free to do that as well. For those who would like to pick the Hermit off the imagery, this is what we have for you. For card number 1, for the reading for pile number 1 or card number 1, we have this Hermit. Sorry, my autofocus may not agree with it with these cards. It's on the to-do list to fix and to upgrade eventually. Okay, for pile or card number 2, I should say, we have this Hermit. So we've got green, we've got blue. The backgrounds are slightly different. The stars are slightly different. So again, maybe one connects with, maybe you have a favorite color, you want to go with that. That's always something to go by, especially if you're not sure. And then for card number 3, we have this Hermit. Okay, so again, select your Hermit, find which one you vibe with the most, and I will see you in just a moment for your reading to find out what it is that you need to know for this new moon in Virgo happening on August 27th. I will see you in just a moment for your reading. Hello, card or pile number 1. Here we have the card. In case you did not know which one you picked, maybe you wanted to pick without seeing the image, let's take a look at the Hermit you chose. Here we have is a green Hermit with a beautiful blue planet in the background, yellow stars, very beautiful. Are you attuned with the color of green? Does green mean anything to you? Is there any significance? I'm very curious to know. And if you did see the card, if you decided to go by the pick of this card, was it because you like the color green? Is there anything in particular about this Hermit that you were drawn to? I would love to know in the comments below. All right, let me start with shuffling the tarot portion of this reading. We're going to start with tarot, and then we're going to follow it up with more oracle. We're going to find out what it is that the divine wants you to know for this new moon in Virgo. Is there something that you need to be a service, maybe to yourself or to others? Is there anything that's in the way that's blocking your creativity? Is that even an issue? What is it that you desire, that you're willing to work for, to manifest? What are the actions that may be required of you? And we're going to keep this reading very simple. I may use less cards. I'm just going to see how it feels. Just a little bit less tarot cards. Instead of the full one, this might be required for half. And we're going to bring in just 3 oracles: a surrender, self-care, and an affirmation. Let me zoom out a little bit here. Don't mind that, it's just my mouse. And I'm doing this because I think instead of adding more to a reading, it can actually make it more chaotic. And I know Virgos are really good in creating chaos, or creating order out of chaos is what I meant to say. But I think we can do a service more if we, like a service to Virgo and to Virgo energy, to simplify it. Making it simple makes it more, not tolerable, that's not the word, but more of like easy to digest, and like it gives you a better and a clear vision versus like adding all of these little details that can be like overlooked. We're going to focus in the overarching theme here. It also gives a little bit of flexibility because this is still a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you, and that's absolutely fine. That just means that that part of the message was meant for somebody else who is getting the same reading as you. They chose the same pile as you, and you'll have to go and trust your intuition, trust that inner knowing with that hermit. You have that inner knowledge and wisdom already within you to understand what is meant for you and what is meant for somebody else. Don't try to make it like fit. Okay, King of Swords. The King of Swords energy. We got a little bit of Aquarius popping up into here. We got the Fool. Okay, so the Fool is ruled by, or not, well, you can say ruled or associated with the planet Uranus, which is also the ruler of Aquarius energy. And I guess with the King of Swords as well, I personally associate the King of Swords with Aquarius energy, that fixed sign of Aquarius, but could also mean Gemini and Libra. And I bring that up in case you know about placements. Like if you know about Virgo energy, you may know about Aquarius. You might have Aquarius placements, so it kind of gives you a better understanding and theme. And right now we're kind of seeing it, well, we're seeing it in the reverse. Nothing to be too worried about. And then we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so with this first row being present here, we're going to bring in another row and another card too. We kind of see this either is your energy or the energy of someone around you who's trying to get things into order, who is trying to also make sense of a situation that may be very unconventional, that also isn't thinking of things clearly. There could be their emotions are feeling very drained, and it's kind of, you're just running on zero at the moment. You need to recharge your batteries. Also, not to what's the word, like I want to say urgent. Something, it just keeps, the word keeps coming up as urgent, like not to run into something recklessly. You need to see things from all angles. We have the Page of Wands, the Keeper of Fire, representation of all the fire signs. The Devil card, releasing yourself. Okay, so this is coming into play very with an overarching theme right here. This is about flexibility. The Devil card also brings in Capricorn energy, but it is in reverse. It's freeing yourself. You might be having a challenge freeing yourself from daily routines that are no longer serving you. You maybe have been told by someone that this is what you need to do in order to reach like success, as we see here with this 10 of Pentacles. It could be the reverse or upright for that one. That's okay. And then the card we have, okay, so we have a little bit of a challenging time. We have a 9 showing up here, though, that both 9 energy from the Hermit and the 9 of Wands. Do we have everyone here? We got the King of Swords. Yeah, we have Swords, Pentacles, Wands, and at least 1 cup. Interesting. Okay, so we have everyone being present and 2 major arcana cards in play. So for you, card number 1 with this new moon in Virgo energy, I see someone who needs to be somewhat more flexible in what it is that they want to accomplish. Rigid structure is very, very struggling to you. Having someone hold authority and power over the way you want to take your path is going to be an issue, even if it's yourself. Like I said, someone telling you the only way to get to happiness, the only way to get to this financial abundance is if you go a certain way. It makes you feel childish, and it makes you like shut down your intuition and your emotions. It makes you feel like if you don't go this way, everything will fall apart and it will go wrong. And this is where then, this is the card that's like the shadow card. It's the king, it's the crowning card between like the energy behind the cards here. Defenses get brought up, and it's no longer you wanting to learn. You might be even feeling very burnt out, that you're like not even getting close to a cycle being broken. It's just repeating, and you just want this abundance so much that you're losing connection also with community and with ancestors, with this 10 of Pentacles being present. And interesting enough how we have like a little bit of air energy, water energy, And then we get into fire and earth. Like, this is the outcome we desire. You know, the challenging, like I said, is making sure you have your power to you, making sure you're checking in with your emotions, you're not shutting down your emotions, and also that you're not pouring your emotions into a community that doesn't have the best intentions for you as well, okay? This is also about making sure you fill up your own cup so that you can see prosperity and blessings that are around you. For this new moon, I feel more about like revitalizing your own personal rituals, something that you want to see blossom and grow, that doesn't leave you kind of standing there with like watching, like keeping an eye out, having your guard up consistently, needing to step away from the crowd and having your own ambitions, having your own dreams, being able to do things your own way and being able to do things freely. This is not also about, though, just rushing in and not seeing the picture clearly. When we see, you know, the Page of Wands being present like upside down, it could be feeling very childish, spoken to in a demeaning way from someone that maybe you look up to, someone who has a lot of authority. This King of Swords is someone who's very logic and reason, but this being reversed means they only will see it from one way. They will only think this is the way to go, and when things start falling apart, they become agitated, they become aggressive, they become angry, you know, and they take that out on the people around them. And that's why we see like the Fool moving away. They want to move away from this King of Swords because they become unbearable. And for some of you, I get the feeling that that is what you're going to do. You're going to move away from a situation or a person that gets your defenses up, and you feel like you can't talk to them because it's demeaning and you don't connect with them. You have passions and dreams, and they're like, where are those passion and dreams going to get you? Like, it's all about money for them. It's all about logic for them. If they don't see what the outcome can be, it's a hard no. It's a hard pass. And every time you talk to them, you're just like, you know, and this can also be from yourself, for a different, like a reflection of yourself. You talk about these ideas with yourself, and then you're the one who's not allowing, like, you're like, that's childish. I shouldn't do that. And it keeps you from this happiness. This is why I said it didn't really matter if I put this card upside down or not. It's your own blocking from this, from this outcome that eventually will happen. But like, let's not make it any harder than it has to be. Like, let's not be our own roadblock. Let's not be the person who's standing in the way between you and happiness, right? Like, fulfillment, I should say, rather, because having money will not bring forever happiness, but having all of your essentials covered, like food, shelter, that sort of things, yes, that's going to make you happy. It's going to take away a lot of your stress, you know, being able to have that. It's not that money is evil. People just can do shitty things. So that's what we're taking in from this. Okay, is setting yourself free also from these expectations that you're going to get it right. The Fool goes into this knowing that they don't know everything. They know that they don't know everything. You have to be aware that you don't know everything, that you're going to make mistakes. What you're not going to do, though, is pour, like, over that. Like, also getting, like, someone who might be overindulging, someone might be acting foolish and like drinking a lot, trying to drink their sorrows away, and that's where the devil comes in as well. Also, acting foolish about love, acting foolish about a certain person that isn't trying to build your family, like, you know, like support family. Like, it's not just like having a family, like creating a family. This is about just a support, like a community. But seeing these in reverse is like unlocking and unhooking yourself from these situations. It's releasing yourself from these situations, okay? And that's another thing too, why I also bring up signs. I know it's not like the easiest conversation you can have with some people if you don't know. Sometimes you do know well enough, like what their rising sign, their sun, and their moon sign is. You know, you can also get that information, just like, what is my rising sign? And you'll have a lot of links to help figure that information out. But sometimes especially we have like these court cards, or if I say like Capricorn energy, someone might come to your mind right away. You're like, oh, Capricorn, this is who I think of. So please do keep that in mind when we're thinking about this sort of stuff. Okay? If you're trying to think of who is this person, like, and I said Aquarius. Could also mean Libra and Gemini, but I personally, when I do readings with the King of Swords is Aquarius energy. All right, let us find out what it is that you need to release, to let go of, and just understand it's not in your control anymore for this new moon. I know new moons are really better for manifestation, but sometimes manifestations cannot happen if you do not release certain energy. Remember, like unshackling yourself. Unshackling yourself also, for, like I said, for some of you, that Fool card, like you don't want to look foolish. And that's what holds your creativity back, because you're trying to use logic and reason for everything, and when things don't fit, you get angry. You get angry at yourself, you get angry at others, you take that agitation, and you feel like people are out to attack you. And this is where we're getting that deep hermit energy of take a step back and breathe. Just breathe it out. Connect with the earth. Ground your energy. Drop those illusions that you have about others, the illusions that you have about yourself. Okay. What must you surrender? First card is surrender to inner peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet, meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. Kind of what we were just discussing, like surrendering to that inner peace. Try to do it daily, if at all possible. It's having meditation. It's having this peace to yourself. I just was like, you know, go out and ground yourself. You might literally need to go out and put your feet in the grass to kind of give like these thoughts, like this air, you know, a place of grounding. Especially because, like I said, we have air and then meeting the ground, the earth energy that is placed here. We have surrender to prayer. Give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard through the universe, and answers and support will arrive. This is finding that support, and also like we have like the birds, the doves that are present in this Ace of Cups, flowing out, a hand being giving you a gift of intuition, of inspiration, of emotions. Feel them, work with them, you know, for this prosperity and abundance to grow. And for some of you who may be watching this, you might be religious, you might, you know, have angels and devils you need to pray in order to, you know, deal with your demons. And for some of you want to work with your demons. Okay, surrender to setting limits. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs, and remember that no is a complete sentence. This is where we're seeing that hand again, and also here, like dropping those illusions, needing to set those boundaries, and not feeling foolish or feeling childish about having to set those boundaries. You need that inner peace. You need that time for yourself, which definitely leads right into some self-care cards. What can you do for some self-care? You can do this, depending on when you're watching this, you can do this, you know, the night of the new moon. You can do this night after the new moon. You know, this could just be inspiration. Okay, you don't have to do these exactly. This could just be inspiration for you to do for the days leading up to the new moon. First card that flipped out is singing, needing to sing, needing to use your voice. You know, put words, you know, with the also the Aquarius energy and just the air energy in general, you know, using your voice more, having to sing it, to put it out there into the universe is something you may want to do. And then we have make a vision board. Remember, the King of Swords, if he can't see it, if it's blocking, he can't see the future, he can't see like the logic behind it, but needs that inspiration. This is where you're going to find that, also with that Ace of Cups. We have take a walk. We were just kind of talking. Oh, we have ground yourself. So if you take anything from this reading, let it be this. Maybe you need to take a walk. Like I said, you need to ground this energy. You need to ground it. You need to be able to walk and feel your feet in the earth. Have that moment. Touch, like literally touch grass, you know. And I mean that in a very sincere way. Okay? All right, to end this reading for this new moon in Virgo, we're going to end with this little deck of affirmation, something that you need to hear right now. Thank you so much for being here. Please remember, if you would like to join in the group ritual for that new moon in Virgo energy, all the details are listed in the description box below. You know, when we're dealing with letting go of toxic perfectionism, creative blocks, poor planning, and bringing in more abundance, prosperity, better business, more business, and also in particularly grounding. Okay, this could be a really good one to join in if you haven't done so before. All right, what is it that you need to hear right now? That's two cards. Sure, I didn't grab anybody else. Okay. You have, I love who I am becoming. And it's interesting how we see plants in here, kind of that grounding motion. They could be sitting in the earth. Great things are done by a series of small things brought together. Beautiful. Love that. Thank you so much for being here. I truly do appreciate it. Please make sure if you like this reading, if it resonated with you, you give the video a thumbs up. Drop me a comment again. You know, let me know if you picked the Hermit, if this color means anything to you, and how the reading was. I do enjoy reading the comments. I truly appreciate your support. You know, share this video with a friend who may enjoy it, and I will catch you in the next one. Oh, subscribe to the channel if you like my style of readings. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye. And have a happy new moon. Having a happy new moon in Virgo. Hello, card number 2. All right, for those of you who went by the card and decided not to go with the image, let's take a look at what your Hermit looks like. We have a beautiful blue cloak and a red lantern. Love it. Love this color combination. Let me know if you like this card, if maybe you're drawn by the color, or why did you pick this one? If you did wait to see the picture of the Hermit, was there anything in particular? Maybe it was like the pretty swirls in here or the background. What is it about it that maybe you picked this Hermit? Or you could just be like, I just liked it. That's totally valid too. All right, let us find out what it is that you need to know for this new moon in Virgo. What it is that you're trying to manifest. Is there going to be anything in your way, or will it go smoothly? What you need to be aware of, what spirit, the divine, the universe would like you to know about this new moon in Virgo. Please remember to trust your intuition, trust that inner knowing, especially with that Hermit card being present. Not everything in this reading may resonate with you, and that's absolutely fine. Please don't try to force it to make it work. That just means, because this is the give and take of a general reading, that sometimes something that you were listening to may not resonate with you, and that's fine. That just means that there's somebody else who happened to also pick the same Hermit or the same card as you did, okay? All right, let us find out what the universe has to say to you. Oh, and we're going to be starting with tarot, and we're going to bring in more oracle, but we're keeping things very simple for this reading. I don't remember if I said that in the beginning or not, but just to either restate it or to place it here now, we're going to do a little bit less cards in the honor of Virgo season to keep things very simple. So we will just be doing surrender, self-care, and an affirmation card after this, okay? Just so that the the theme of it is clear, okay? There we go. The first card up. Okay. We have the 5 of Wands. A bit of conflict, someone not playing by the rules. The King of Swords in reverse, trying to communicate, be a better communicator. You might be not having... I'm getting the feeling of someone who's not able to confirm what it is that they want to manifest, or it's too generalized. Like, you have a lot of battles going in your head right now that you don't know how to communicate. You don't know how to verbalize it. You don't know how to share it with the universe. And that's where, oh, so the King of, oh, interesting. Okay. So I was going to say the King of Swords is, how I read it, is represented or is related to Aquarius energy, indicating maybe if you had like high Aquarius placements, but it also can be related to both Libra and Gemini energy, but me specifically, I go with Aquarius. And the Lovers card pops up, which I thought was interesting because that is associated with Gemini energy. This could also be a conflict for interest for some of you. Like, you may be having to make a decision. We have 2, making a choice, bringing balance. With that Lovers card, this could be like being torn in two different directions. And it can be for some of you a relationship versus a partnership, like a business partnership. This could be a relationship, or it can be, you know, between two friends, being like two different friend groups, having a decision of where it is that you want to communicate and where you'd rather walk away from. We have the Nine of Wands in reverse, so defenses being up. And interesting enough, we have another 9 appearing. So you might be actually seeing 9, 9, and 9 with that Hermit being present. And the card on the bottom is the 3 of Pentacles. Are we missing? So we are missing Cups, so this might be a little bit less. I know, like, the Lovers card right away, a lot of people do associate lovers with love and relationship and, like, muse and inspiration. But since we don't have any Cups here, that could be your emotions are all right. It's your thought and your energy are not in focus. You're coming from a place right now, and again, we're seeing like a lot of threes, like 3 people in here, 3 people in the row here, you know, 2 to 3, and then we have 5, so 2 plus 3. You know, we're kind of seeing a little bit of a weird pattern showing up. Now, this is the crowning card. This is the energy that's going to be pushing the energy behind all of these cards. It's trying to build something. You also might be feeling like people are talking behind your back, and this is where we're kind of seeing like the King of Swords, someone who isn't being fair, someone who's not seeing things from all points of views. And is this you? Is there something that's keeping you up at night, that your defenses come up and aggression is being put out there? And someone who's trying to see like what else that the world can offer, especially for something that you love, or you want to travel somewhere that you love, and you're seeing a lot of blockages, you know, in the way there, in the way of your dreams. You're not waking up from it. You're not acknowledging it. There's just a lot of stress and agitation, and it's like because love is hard, even if it's something that you have to make a decision on. Now, 6s are about balance. They're about bringing balance. They're about trying to what is it that you're giving up, what you're not willing to compromise with, you know, seeing it from both sides there. You know, we see with the 2 of Wands something that was grounded, and now you want to see what else is there before boredom takes over. Okay, so this could be like an inner fight you have with yourself in the direction you want to go with, like especially what you want to manifest and build for this new moon in Virgo. Like, what is it that you're trying to ground? And is there any way, if you have a lot on your plate, can you take it just down to 3 things? Can you handle just 3? And what is it that you can delegate? Why are you trying to take it on all yourself versus you have to pay other people to do this? Or are you already in a work environment that you could be able to delegate this? What can be put onto the back burner, and what needs to be your primary focus? That's what I was saying, like the Cups not being present here says something. Even, you know, it can say something because it's not her at all. It said this isn't about emotions or having like energy being taken from you. This is about where you're placing your energy when we have that have the wands being present here. Okay, this is also about drawing back your power, taking back your power with that King of Swords, seeing things from all angles and not being too what's the word? I was gonna say fixed, because Aquarius is a fixed sign, but I mean like too, like fixed in your way, too stubborn. That's the word I was thinking of. Being too stubborn, so when things don't go your way, it's like, oh my gosh, you're freaking out about it, because you need to have adaptability. You need to be more flexible. You need to allow things to flow and move as they go. Virgo energy is good at that, is adapting on the fly. It's about having plan A, B, C, and when things go off the rail and you're like, I didn't have a plan D in place, you know, it's like, it's okay. There's going to be a way to fix it. It may escape you for just a moment, but that's when you're going to take a deep breath and you're going to come back to the situation and be able to walk away. And you're really good at rebuilding from a foundation. When you realize that there's something wrong with the structure and you need to go back and rebuild it. So I get a lot of feelings from this, is that maybe you were so close to completing a cycle, especially with this new moon appearing. You're waiting for a cycle to end before you could begin another one, but you might be feeling like you have to restart from the beginning of the cycle you were just doing. And there also could be perfectionism into this, that you're letting toxic perfectionism get in the way. Now, perfectionism overall doesn't exist, and it's more about the fact that you can make things as perfect as possible. When certain things go wrong, you don't let it like hover over you. You don't let it be held over your head. You understand that everything is going to be perfect, and that's okay. You still love it. You still had a great time. You did it to the best of your abilities. You've acknowledged this. You're moving on from it. You've learned from it. You're going to fix it next time. and then something else will go wrong, and that's okay. It's getting angry, agitated, losing sleep, being angry with others, giving, stressing yourself out completely. That's when that toxic, like, sense of being perfection gets in the way. That the anger goes towards other people, and they want to, words are said that you can't take back. Words are said that you can't take back, and you have to acknowledge that's what you said, that you hurt somebody. Someone that has hurt you. For some of you as well, this is a deep healing. And also, I'm getting the feeling for some of you, this is new moon is a way for you to ground yourself and reconnect spiritually. It's a way for you to open the door for that through your dreams, to acknowledge you want to connect in your dreams. You want to kind of sort through these thoughts and let go of some of these, realizing what is real and what isn't. That's where you're going to see this connection. You may not be feeling connected to the universe, and you may not be connected to your spiritual divine team. You may be feeling very alone right now. And this is why you have anxiety, because you feel like you're doing things by yourself, because you've been trying to work with people, and it's just constant fights. It's constant fights. So what you need to work on is bringing peace and harmony to your work environment, to you and your spiritual team. That's just talking to them, leaving offerings, that sort of stuff. What is it that you can plan, and what is it that you need to let go of, that you have no control over? Seeing the difference of what you can do and what you must just acknowledge, this is what it is, and I need to work around it. I need to acknowledge that it is there. Okay? And try and not to take that out on others that are like, hey, I'm just standing here and you're just yelling at me. I'm here trying to help you, and you're criticizing me. You're yelling at me that I'm doing it wrong. Keep that in mind as you're having this, you're going back and forth on this, especially if you work with people or you're constantly surrounded by the same group, that maybe also you need to have that hermit mode set. You need to go away from the collective, have this moment of yourself, be okay with your own voice, because that's another thing too. When we start seeing a lot of replicas, a lot of 9s appear in a reading, that could also be the hermit trying to show up in a reading without being present. It's trying to be more specific to, it's the mental realm and the energy realm. They're not going to complete their cycle. The material and the emotional realm of water and what was it? And pentacles, there we go. The material realm. Those are not, you don't have to worry about those. This is where you need to be aware. You need to, not worry, but you need to be aware of this in order to deal with it. That's a version of self-care. It's not something you want to do, but you have to do it. All right, so let us find out what it is that you need to surrender in order to have, better manifestation. What is it that you need to surrender? There's also a message in here between the lovers. I'm someone who's you're in a relationship with someone that is in your house, and either you or your partner is sleeping on the couch, because you're just someone is saying cruel words because they're defenses. They're being criticized by someone, maybe at work, maybe it's international, because we see someone holding a heart here of the world, and they don't know how to express that. They don't know how to deal with those emotions. Especially with the king being on top of this 9 right here. This 9, someone else is taking their energy or making them do work that wasn't they're not supposed to be doing this work, and that's why we see this disconnect. Okay, what do you need to surrender? Yes? No? No? Okay. Okay. First up is surrender your desire to control people. Being over-controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. This is literally what I was just talking about here, needing to get away, especially if people are really frustrating and, they're not doing what you've planned. It's keeping you up at night. Your deadlines are not being met. This is where you need, as I said, get away from the collective. Have this moment with yourself to talk it out with yourself. Also to balance what's on your plate. We have surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. And I think this card sometimes is just like, don't look for fights that there's no point if you win or lose. And some people are so stubborn, that fixed energy right here, that no matter what you say, no matter what information you put in their face, they will never see it the way that you do. And you got to leave that to spirit. It is tough love. For some of you, that is tough love. You may love them so much and you want the best for them, but when you talk to them, it's just attacking. It's that conflict. And for some of you, this is new opportunities. Like if you work in an environment where it's just not a harmony, it's just not working for you, this is, you're like, you know what? You can be right and you're going to find something else. You're going to look to what else is out there. You've done the work. You've planted this. You've done your time, your energy. And if this is no longer suiting you, boredom and anxiety is coming from it, you're going to move on into a better direction. And then we have surrender frustration. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. We're definitely seeing a theme here of not getting along with someone. Like I said, it could be you and a partner. You know, there's a lot of frustration here. This new moon will be more about taking care of yourself, taking care of your own needs, taking care of your energy, your thoughts, making yourself a priority. You can't force people to see things the way that you see them. And it's like, you got to learn when to say no, when to step away from a situation that no longer suits you, okay? And not be scared of that change. It'll kind of bring that end to a cycle finally. All right, what is some self-care that you can do? And you can do this as inspiration. You don't have to do the exact things on this card. You can use it as inspiration, or you can do all of them or one of them, either on the night or the night before or after of the new moon. You can do this leading up to the new moon, whatever is in your preference. Just make sure you take some time for you and yourself. Maybe for some of you, you need to journal. You need to journal your dreams and like write down what it is that made you so fearful. Like what was about this, and analyze your dreams. And also, just so you know, these nightmares are not being brought to you by your divine spiritual team from your ancestors. Like, that's not what they do to teach you a lesson. Ooh, that was right there. Okay, so this one right here. Spend time with animals. This could be watching cute, like, TikToks of animals. This could be if you have a fuzzy animal or a stuffed animal. Like, that totally counts. Spending time with them, you know, being able to, you know, when you take care of them, you're taking care of yourself. Like, if if you're going for a walk, you take them for a walk, you know, spending that time with them. We have beauty ritual, you know, taking care of yourself, wanting to paint that, prioritizing yourself, your needs, moisturizing you. You can put symbols as well, like sigils or just symbols of power to yourself. You know, write it onto your skin with the moisturizer and then rub it in as, you know, putting that magic into it. This could also be someone doing their nails. And then we have ground yourself. This is that energy. Is like stepping away and being able to ground your energy. Okay. Yeah, so grounding yourself, someone sitting there. Maybe for some of you, it's just spending some time in the sun, getting some fresh air, being in nature. That'd be really great. But either way, it's spending time on yourself. All right, thank you so much for being here. We're going to end this reading with an affirmation, words that you need to hear right now. We need to hear for this new moon. You can use this affirmation for the new moon if you would choose to, or just be able to have these words right now. And please remember to check the description box if you are interested in joining that new moon in Virgo. We will be group ritual. We will be focusing in on grounding and overall abundance, getting rid of creative blockages, any poor planning habits, bringing in more prosperity, more abundance, patience, organization. Really good with that, you know, with that Virgo energy. That will be in the description box below. Okay, so we have this for you. Every experience in my life helps me to grow. Do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. We were just talking about that, like things you've learned, you know, if you need to go and learn and realize you need to walk away from a situation, that's perfect. Thank you so much for being here with me. I truly do appreciate it. If you did like this reading, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. Drop me a comment. Again, let me know if you picked this Hermit for any reason, or if you picked it, you know, without seeing the Hermit, and what do you think about the colors? Do you resonate with that at all? And overall, you know, I hope you have a wonderful new moon experience. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you like my style of reading, I truly do appreciate the support and for you being here with me. Thank you again, and I hope you have a wonderful new moon in Virgo experience. Okay, I'll just catch you in the next one. Bye. Hello, card number 3. Welcome to your reading. All right, for those of you who do not know what your Hermit looks like, let's turn this around and let's see what Hermit you picked. We have the yellow Hermit. Let me know if you resonate with this color, if you like this Hermit compared to the other ones. You know, what do you think of this one? The yellow cloak and the cute little green shoes. As you can see, like, that's why we see similarities between the Hermits, but this one's bright. I think it's like the brightest one, I think, compared to the other Hermits. All right, so let me know if you resonate with the Hermit. All right, we will be keeping this a very like simple reading with like a little bit less just like a little bit less cards with the tarot, and then only bringing in 3 oracles. I think that's a good way to honor Virgo season. I forget if I said this in the intro, so I've just been saying it in the front of each of these little pile videos when I go to record them. Yeah, so it's just to kind of keep the information streamlined, to give you an overarching theme, because this is still a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you, and that's absolutely fine. That just meant that the part of the reading was for somebody else who happened to pick the same card as you. And if you did see that this was a yellow Hermit, like you decided to look at the Hermits, is there any reason that you picked this Hermit? Do you like yellow, or you didn't care, which is card number 3, and you like to go with number 3? That's valid too. Okay. Let us find out what spirit, what the divine, what your ancestors would like you to know about this new moon in Virgo happening. Is there anything blocking your blessings? Is there anything that you need to be aware of? Things you're trying to manifest that you need to be aware of? All right. Let me just scratch the itch in my eye, apparently, that I had to have right now. Okay. Ace of Swords, communication, a new thought, a new idea. So you may be having a thought and idea you want to bring to fruition. Oh gosh, almost. Ooh, those almost fell. Ace of Wands. Okay, this is very clear. This is very, very, very clear. Of course, we have new beginnings, but the way that this is being portrayed to me right now is you have a new idea, a new thought, a new, like, something new and fresh that you want to begin. Your issue is that your energy is not matching. Like, your thoughts are going like, oh my gosh, I want to do this, this, and that, and that, and that, but your energy isn't matching up. It's hard to kind of get the energies started, to like point it in the right direction as well. To be like, we're going to do it, and we're going to do it from A, B, C. So you may need to bring in more planning into it, because with the 9 of Cups being present, it is a good card, especially upright. It means your wish is coming true, but at the end of the day, it also just means wishes. Like, your emotional needs are being met, but it is just wishing. You need to take more action on your thoughts and your idea. I'm so start shuffling again, never mind. Let's find out a bit more. We have an 8 of Cups. Okay. Something was missing. Oh, the King of Swords. Okay. A bit of an Aquarius energy coming into here. Also, the King of Swords can be signified with Gemini and Libra energy, but I use the King of Swords for Aquarius. And then we have the 2 of Cups. So there's a lot of cups in here. And we have the Knight of Wands in reverse, which is our crowning card, the card that was on the bottom of the deck. So the Knight of Wands I associate particularly with Sagittarius energy, but it can mean Aries and Leo, but I like to go with Sagittarius. Someone who's traveling, who's on the move. You might be feeling very stagnant. This is overall like you want to leave even though nothing is broken. You have a new idea and you're like, well, the dreams that I've been working on, the business I have, the relationship, that type of stuff, there's nothing wrong with it. You don't want to, like, you've got no reason. You see no logic or reason behind it. But the King of Swords in this position here is just like, sometimes there isn't, you can't bring logic to it. You can't have reason for it. It's just not working out for you. The Two of Cups is a representation of partnership, of working with yourself, your higher self, bringing two sides of you into one to focus on your dreams, to give it a direction, to be like, you know what, you're going to fill your own cup, you're going to find your own way. This Knight of Wands, the way it's in reverse, is just like delayed energy. Excuse me, it's delayed energy. It's not being able to go in a direction. It's also between these two cards, again, it's that fragment energy of that Ace of Wands that you don't see how you can do from go like A, B, C. It's like poor planning. And the King of Swords is just like you need to see the overall picture. How do you get from here and go to your destination where there's peace and harmony and healing being present here? This is known as protection and healing because of the wings being present. Okay, just putting that out there. So yeah, so that's what I'm seeing very, very strongly with this reading. It's very like cut and dry with this one, with just like you have a new idea. Nothing's currently wrong where you're at right now. It just could be boredom. It's just because you want movement, you want to travel, you want to see things, you want to go find out what's missing. For some of you, you might be trying to manifest what it is that you are missing, what it is that is on your mind a lot that you can't put reason to it. You haven't been able to communicate or find the words for it. It's just something that you're wishing for. You're wishing for this completion. And it's why we see like this, like in this row here, like 8, and you think about it like 9 and 10, like then we bring completion into here. But we need that movement. You might be feeling also very trapped, that you can't travel, you can't see the truth. You might be feeling very burnt out, and that's why we're seeing this Ace of Wands in this challenging position. Another thing to point out that I just saw is we don't have any pentacles in this reading. Now, the Hermit, although he's not part of this reading, this is about Virgo, that it's that overarching like earth energy. But pentacles, so this is not something that's material. Money isn't on the mind. This is an emotional fulfillment that you're looking for. This could be someone that, you know, you're trying to connect with emotionally, but you might be, or I'm also getting, sometimes when this is positioned here, it could be jealousy over how someone communicates or how they're handling the situation, that, you know, you want that and it's a reflection of yourself. It's just traits that you would like to see in yourself, you know, that you would, or that you actually have in yourself that you're projecting onto somebody else. It's like, become more aware of that too. Also, we're seeing, like I said, you can't just wish for everything. It's you having to take, literally, like, taking the steps. Think of it as a journey. You're taking the steps. You can no longer just sit there on the sidelines. You can no longer just watch as the world passes you by. You're going to have to, you know, come out of the hermit mode and, like, work with it. Work with this energy and get started. Even if it's little by little. Like, the first step with these aces being here is the first step. It's creating this magic with these two aces being here. This could also be a symbol of the magician, because he is the one in the major arcana. It goes the Fool, then the magician, then the high priestess. So without the magician being present, when we see, like, you know, at least doubles, like 2 to 3s of like a same suit, or same number I should say, that could be a representation of that major arcana trying to peep in a little bit, to add a little, you know, spice to your reading right here. And the magician is a communicator. It is ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, of travel, of business and commerce. You know, so we see a little bit of that peeping into here too, is trying to start a path, but you feel like very blocked. So this new moon could be more about you trying to unblock the reason that holds you back. That you're trying to reason things out. Like, you need to say, well, these have to all be shattered in order for me to move on, to start over again, to start with just 2 cups and rebuild. And it's like, sometimes there's just no reason for it. There is no reason for it. It's just, it is what it is. You are bored with it. You would like to move on from it. You know, it doesn't fulfill your emotional needs anymore. And like I said, without the pentacle being present here, it's not really about material. Like, it's not in the forefront of your mind being right now. Okay, let me grab the surrender deck. And let's find out what it is you need to surrender in order to manifest. What is no longer in your control? You need to let go of this control so that you may, you know, manifest your dreams, your desires, put in the work where it matters, and don't let distractions get in the way. I just see someone who's trying to build a better connection with themselves, with their higher self, being able to communicate. you and a partner having your passions aligned, and this could be a business partner as well, a new friendship, like having, like wanting to seek the same fulfillment, wanting to go traveling with a friend. You don't want to go by yourself. For some of you out there, you want someone to go with you. It can be scary going on a journey by yourself. You don't have a lot of knowledge or wisdom on traveling, but it is your wish to travel. Okay, we need one more. There we go. Okay. The first one, surrender your fear of change, and we have someone on a horse right there. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always, whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. Don't let your fear of change keep you from your blessings, from reaching a higher version of yourself, being more on your aligned path, being like afraid of what people will think about you if you decide to go down this unconventional path. Like, you don't have a reason, you're going off your intuition. Like, you know, you're not going to it's an end all be all for you, but it is, you know, you're going to be open to this change. You're not going to be so set in your ways. Surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. We definitely see like solitude. We see some, and there's actually a horse in this picture too. A lot of horse. That means like a message being sent to you. This could, like I said, could be a connection with ancestors, with the divine, because like I said, this is protection, like being, hey, you are protected, you are magic. You know, this is you creating potions and elixirs for yourself, going on a journey. This could be a spiritual journey that you need to seek fulfillment. Like I said, like it's not about the job, or it's not about like the material. It's about your relationship with you and your deities, with you and yourself, with you and a specific partner. That's why I bring up Aquarius and like technically like Libra and Gemini, because you might know someone with those placements. Like if I said that and you're like, oh, I'm thinking of so and so, like that's the person. Like keep that in mind. Surrender to silence. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within you. Silence can heal and replenish you. This is silence in the moment. This is silence so you can connect with yourself and hear that communication. You may not be hearing it. That's why the King of Swords is in reverse. You don't want to hear it, so you're blocking it. You're walking away from it. You're walking away from the truth. And you need to hear this. You need to hear someone tell you, like, don't be afraid of change. Like, you're worth it. You're full of magic. You know, like, listen to that inner voice. Like, when you can't like be a partner with someone, like you don't have that relationship with someone, be the partner that you need for it with yourself. Talk to yourself, have words with yourself, you know, love yourself, say thank you to yourself for the things that yourself does for the future for you. Have that moment of silence with yourself. All right, here we have some self-care cards. This is self-care cards you can do the night of the new moon in Virgo, or you can do like the night before and after. You could do the nights leading up to it. You could do one of them. You could do none of them. This is just inspiration. Just make sure you take some time for yourself. For some of you, that's just going to be able to sit in silence. Like that could be like what your moment of self-care and self-love could be, is having that communication, having that thought, those thoughts with yourself. First up is nourish your temple, having a good meal, seeing to your needs, making sure that you're eating. Chanting, saying more affirmations. If there's a group that you can join, I know you can like look up chanting on YouTube and find some words to chant. This could just be speaking affirmations. Being able to use your voice, and don't let your voice be blocked. That's too many. Okay. Alone time. Perfectly with that surrender to silence. You really truly need that alone time to see to your needs, your nourishing needs. Words, kind words to yourself, okay? Definitely seeing that as a repeating pattern for you. Card number 3, Hermit number 3, I should say. But yeah, trying to grant your wishes, and like you have this is also being independently and also connected with your higher self. All right, and if you are interested, we are ending your reading with an affirmation, so don't go just yet. These are words you need to hear right now. But if you are interested, as another reminder, please make sure to check out the description box. I am hosting a group ritual for that new moon in Virgo. If you're interested, we will be growing and manifesting more grounding energy, overall abundance and prosperity, better planning, better habits, letting go of toxic not positivity, although that is bad, but toxic perfectionism is what I meant to say. You know, all the details will be listed in the description box below, but if you are interested in something like that, please don't forget to check it out if you need some more information. Okay, all right, okay, that was quick. Here's what you need to hear right now. We have this. I let go of all expectations and hold on to appreciation. I'm sorry, it's just my autofocus. There we go. Okay, I let go of all expectations and hold on to appreciation. Never let the things you want make you forget the things you have. Like the time you have with yourself. The times that, you know, like I said, you want to leave and you want more of something. It's okay to have that. There might not be any reason behind it. It's just like you're aware of it. You know, you want to travel. You want to see things. You know, you're taking time for yourself. Some of you might just want to go on a solo travel and you're trying to manifest that, to have that alone time. Yeah, so that's what I see for you. Thank you so much for being here. Please let me know if this reading resonated with you, if you like this reading, by giving this video a thumbs up. Drop me a comment. Let me know of this reading, how you thought of this reading, or what you thought of this reading. Let me know again about the Hermit. Do you connect with the colors of that Hermit? Do you like that Hermit, or it's whatever, you know, to you, which is totally valid. And thank you for being here. I truly do appreciate it. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you like my style of readings. The support is greatly appreciated. And furthermore, I just hope you have a wonderful new moon in Virgo experience, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.